Okay, so I want to talk about why diversity, for diversity's sake, is detrimental. Um, it's detrimental on two fronts. Because it does an injustice to the property you're trying to represent, and it does an injustice to the people that you're trying to represent with that diversity. So let me explain. The first injustice is arbitrarily changing uh, someone's gender, background, sexuality, or what have you of an already established property for diversity reasons, right? This is bad because it's arbitrarily changing things that don't need to be changed. The character that they fell in love with is now changed for reasons, and I'm gonna get to those reasons in a bit. But this reason is not enough to please the fans. The fans didn't ask for this, uh, and it's that's why every single one of these sort of changes have not been met well. Ghostbusters 2016 comes to mind. Um, I'm sure there's others, but yeah. And then why it's not good also for the people you're trying to represent, because you're commandeering an already established property by switching these characteristics to represent them, but that's not proper representation, right? You want to build up a story for that person that makes sense. I think that's why Black Panther and Wonder Woman do well. Just off the top of my head, I'm sure there are other examples. I mean, one lesser known example probably is Infamous Second Son. The lead character of that game is a Native American. And it works really well. They flesh out his story, his tribe, and such, and I was really into it. Uh, so the thing is, um, just switching out these characters, it doesn't give that character the background necessary. Like, if you people will always have the previous property in the back of their mind. Like, if you make Superman black, or you make Thor a woman, you're not making someone new. People still know the white Superman. People still know the male Thor, and now you're just gonna they have a comparison thing going on. It's not good. It doesn't give the proper representation. Make the own character, have make them have their own merit, their own backstory that makes sense for them. This switching out thing doesn't really work most of the time. Uh, and the reason the reason is never justifiable in my opinion, because the result is less than ideal, and the reason is always pandering. It's hard to make a new character with proper presentation. It requires good writing. It's always easier to switch characteristics, and it's probably gonna get some views. But this tactic is lazy and doesn't move the needle forward for true diversity, true representation, and it ends up really ruining a lot of properties and disappointing fans. Um, this is not the way to go, and Hollywood is gonna come to a rude awakening if they keep doing stuff like this. Get woke, go broke. So yeah, the only people that seem to like this sort of stuff are people who are not even fans of the property, who um, are like think that, but other people when they get disappointed about the stuff happening, they think they just call them racist and such. This is not progressive. This is not moving the needle forward. Those Twitter blue check marks, I'll call them that praise the new Black Mermaid, don't understand true diversity, don't understand the property that they're talking about. The Little Mermaid is supposed to be the son of Poseidon, a Greek god. Was it Greek or yeah? No, Greek. And I mean, those were white people. Come on, like, or at least uh, pale to some extent. I don't know. What I'm trying to say, and also she was ginger, which is even a smaller minority than black people. So that's it's funny in that way. Uh, I guess one I'll close with this: like changing characteristics makes just as much sense. Like making uh, a black Superman would be tantamount to making it an all white version of the colors purple, or making a documentary. No, no. Trying to think of good examples on the spot. Or making a male Wonder Woman. It's like stuff like that. Um, it doesn't work, man. Make their own thing. The reason why Black Panther and Wonder Woman, they're just good examples of characters that have their own merit. They explored their own characteristics in their movies, and they're not stealing anything else. They're not commandeering something else. They have their own legs to stand on. They can build their own series, their own following, and I love those movies. They're great. Um, I don't want to see random characters switched out for random genders. I'm I would love to see like a Middle Eastern superhero, an Indian superhero, whatever. But I want them to be their own thing. I don't want to see an Indian Superman or an Asian Spider-Man. I don't want to see that. I want to see their own thing. There are definitely characters out there that have their own fan following that you can pick from, or you can make something entirely original for all I care. But it has to come with good writing and stuff. This switcheroo stuff doesn't work, man. Um, I hope all this makes sense there. And thanks for listening. Charlie, say goodbye. Good boy, Charlie.